thank you so much for watching. Today is New Year's. It is the 1st of January of 2020. It's just, it feels like it's gonna be a good, amazing year. So I figured let's do a video. It's been since Christmas and I have a tendency apparently to update on holidays. So that is what we're gonna do. I figured let's start this new year with a fake video. Stopped for a while. Honestly, my fake review videos, those are one of my most popular, most seen videos. So I figured let's do one of those because I haven't done that in a long time. And I think they're kind of fun. I mean, they kind of suck for the person who they're copying, but in a way, I still wanted to get into it and still talk about it, give my thoughts on it. I haven't tried this yet, so we're gonna try and we're gonna see. I recently went to Winners, which is a Marshalls or like a TJ Maxx here in Canada, and I found this little palette. It is called the Gold Palette, and we're gonna be talking about this because this looks similar to this, and I'm gonna show you why. So if you're interested in seeing what I think about this fake product and does it compare, then please keep on watching. I am going to be talking about the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. I've had this for a long time and I've used this quite a bit. So it is a beautiful, gorgeous palette. Appealed to me because of its beautiful neutral tones. I am a very basic kind of girl. I like neutrals over anything else, and this just seemed beautiful. This has a very high price tag. This, I think it's like $130. Most of her palettes are over the $100 mark. Using this on one eye and then using the Gold Palette. Take this off. This is just like bothering me. Okay, so this is what the Gold Palette looks like. Honestly, if you see it, it is more of a bronze palette on the packaging. It's not that golden. Obviously, the similarities are quite not there when you first see the palette. So this one says Natasha Denona Gold Palette. This is more cardboard. It is relatively much smaller, and it just says Color Gold Palette. This was $7 for a palette. So I just wanted to give it a go. So I'm just going to open this up, and at first glance, what the fake gold palette looks like. To me, I know you can't patent pretty much a gold. I mean, you could patent a certain gold shade, but like there's so many neutral palettes out there. There's so many gold palettes out there that this could be considered a dupe. What I consider fake about this is the presentation behind it. How similar does it look to another palette? The color placement. Do you guys see how similar the color placements are? You have that blue shade in the middle, that gold shade here, that dark neutral shade in the middle, just like this one. So I see this palette and it really does remind me of the Natasha Denona Gold Palette, which I think is the idea behind it. Because you can call anything gold palette and have these shades. I think if they just like moved the colors around and they weren't as similar, then it would have been fine. Because you can't really, you know, neutral palettes are neutral palettes. We're just gonna see what we're gonna do. So I am going to take more of this type of brush kind of thing. I'm going to put it in my crease. I'm thinking of taking, let's do the fake one. I think I'm going to take this color, which is, how do I explain this? It's right next to that green shimmer shade. It's the same placement for the Natasha Denona palette. So I'm just going to take this color. It's a little bit deep, but not the deepest. Off the bat, it doesn't really have too much kickback, but it still has a little bit. So I'm just gonna be placing that all over my crease, and we'll see how pigmented this is compared to the Natasha Denona. This might be a long video, so sit back, relax, and have a drink, have a snack. Okay, so actually that's not bad. I don't think it has like a ton of pigment, but it's definitely one of those eyeshadows that you can build up, which it's sometimes something that you want. You don't want something like poof, full of pigment right away, especially if you want to build up the color, right? You want to see how much pigment you want for your eye look. So that's nice. It's actually blending really nice. So, because I don't have a color switch yet, I'm going to go in with that same color for the Natasha Denona, and it's going to be that eye. Natasha Denona eye, fake Natasha Denona eye. So I'm going to use that color. Natasha Denona is a lot more finely milled. It does have more kickback in my opinion, but I think it has quite a lot of pigment compared to this eye. So I'm probably won't have to build this eye up too much. I mean, these are very similar colors, honestly. They look identical to me. I'm gonna go up one, which is directly under that black. And I'm just gonna put that a little bit into my crease as well. Just to deepen the crease a little more. If I see them up close, the Natasha Denona one looks a lot nicer. That mustardy kind of shade looks really, really nice. Off application, Natasha Denona eyeshadows are way more smooth than the color ones, but they're still doing like a really good job. Like they both look really nice and really pretty. So I'm just taking like a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna go like back and forth, just blending those colors together. And I'm gonna go in with that very dark brown. So I'm just gonna take that dark brown. Again, like not a lot of kickback comes off, which is really nice. And I'm just gonna go in my crease. Ooh, that's actually a really nice color. And that is actually super pigmented. I'm just placing it more on my outer edge. So I'm gonna go in with the Natasha Denona brown. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So, we'll see. Okay, so off the bat, obviously, Natasha Denona is like, just like pigment-wise, uncomparable. It is just there. The pigment is there compared to the other one. The other one's really good. It's pretty good, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. But if you like a really smooth eyeshadow, Natasha Denona, they're just nice. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna be taking. I think I'm gonna still take that same dome brush, and I'm gonna use that deep color right here. This one right there on my eyes. So the Natasha Denona one's a tint, or no, sorry, the color one's a little more blue than this one. I don't know if you can tell the difference. This one is a lot blacker in my opinion. Still has that blue in it, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and I'm just gonna be placing it right over here and deepening it up. It looks more blue than it does black, which I don't really, I mean, I don't mind, but I would prefer something deeper because it looks kind of weird. This actual one from Natasha Denona, and hopefully it's better. Okay, so Natasha Denona one is a little bit deeper, but it's still kind of blue-like. I'm gonna be honest, this black shade that she has in this palette, it's not my favorite. I'm not gonna be wearing a ton of foundation today, so I'm just gonna be using concealer. I'm gonna do the same thing when I did on my top to my lower, and I'm gonna speed this part up. now that I have that on, I am going to try different gold shades. I know it looks a little weird right now, but I am just curious about how these feel. Okay, that's actually like quite a bit of pigment. Ooh, not bad, not bad. I just don't know which one I want to do. I might mix a few. Oh, that one skipped a little bit. Gold, and then we have this one. Oh, this one's like wet almost. Honestly, these are not bad at all. Wow. Let me just like clean my fingers. Let's try that bronze shade. I'll do up close ones. It's actually not bad. That's actually very similar to the Natasha Denona, which you probably can't see on camera, but it's like just like a sparkle. And then we have this white shade, which is really nice. And then we have this sparkly shade over here, which actually is a little bit different than the rose gold shift that Natasha Denona has, but it has like a little bit of a shift. And then we have this green gold shade, which I'm really excited about. They're kind of slippery, honestly, and it's not like, it's kind of like they have a spray over. See, it looks nice here, but on the skin you can't really see it as much. Well, let's see. I think I'm gonna try this one right here. I'm just gonna grab it with my finger and we'll see. I have to like press a little bit hard, but we'll see how this one goes. It's gonna go in quite messy. Not bad. That's actually not bad. I wonder how this would look if you wet it. Let's put my finger. Let's go back in. Let's go. Oh, I definitely umped it up. Hey. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Let's try. I don't know what I'm doing this one. I'm using this finger. Let's try the Natasha Denona one. Looks like that. Like you can feel it on your finger. It's definitely much more heavy weighted. Okay, yeah, look at that. I don't even need like to spray that. Wow. So if you see, the Natasha Denona one has like much more richness and texture. And it's just like oomph. Oof. Let's wet it and see what it does. It's like my favorite shade out of this palette, to be honest. It's so nice. Yeah, it definitely kicks it up a notch. Like, can you guys see? Like, this one has more texture than that one. Hope you can see. Let's put that gold shade, meaning this gold shade, on this side. So I'm just gonna go in, and again, I just feel like I need to get my finger in it to get color, because I just feel like even though it does, it's so light that it doesn't want to come off my finger, kind of. Oof. Wow. Okay, that is really nice though, I'm not gonna lie. For a $7 palette, this is actually a really good palette. But comparing it to Natasha Denona one, Natasha Denona ones are like, look at that, like the pigment is there. I'm gonna use this shade over here, this golden shift shade. Let's see what it does. Let's just see what it does. Maybe I don't like it there. Let's just place it right here. That's not bad. It's more like a sparkle, like a, it doesn't have like pigment per se. It's just like really sparkly. And I have like no place to clean my brush. This is why I need that color switch. Then I'm gonna go in with the Natasha Denona one, and you can definitely see that this one has more of a green shift to it. Like you can see it more. using this brush. Just a little gold somewhere. I don't know. Maybe like, let's do it like the white sparkle up here actually. I'm just gonna try to use as much colors as I can. Yeah, it's like really frosty, but it doesn't have like color. And I know that the Natasha Denona one doesn't have color at all. So I'm gonna use the Natasha Denona one now. Honestly, quite similar, but this one is more dispersed. So these are more like chunky. This one is not as chunky. Okay, sorry. I'm adjusting the light because I lost quite a bit of light from my actual window. So hopefully this is not too bad. But anyways, like, what do you think of this eye look? Like, how do you guys think that this eyeshadow palette performed? And how do you guys think that the Natasha Denona palette performed? In my opinion, and I'm going to be 100% real, raw, honest, I think that this small little $7 gold palette dupe performed pretty damn well. Like, you can create a similar eye look using this palette if you're interested in the Natasha Denona palette. I personally will give 100% to Natasha Denona just because of the textures and the weight of the actual eyeshadows. You can feel the difference when you apply the eyeshadows. This side was so smooth, silky, blended really nice. The pigment is there. The gold pigment shades are just so nice. Like, I love the texture of this side of my eye. This side is very similar, but I don't think it's quite as pigmented, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It really depends on what you like, but it's not as pigmented as the Natasha Denona palette. Obviously, it doesn't have as much that price tag, but it did perform really nicely. You can tell, however, this like shift green rose gold shade, it's much more pigmented on the Natasha Denona side versus this one. It's more of like a spray on color. The tones are very similar, and it does look really nice though. So I am gonna say 100% Natasha Denona palette, but obviously if you cannot afford it, and let's be honest, like, this is my only Natasha Denona palette, and I don't think I'm gonna be getting any more anytime soon, but this one is a really good alternative. The brand is Color, and it is called the Golden Palette. If I do find a website, I'll list it down below for you, but this did a really good job, to be fair. So I really like this palette. If I am traveling, I would probably take this one with me. Oh, you can see all of the mess. I would be taking this one with me if I want to recreate something like this. If I go to a different country, as an example, and don't want to take my $130 palette, you know, then I'm taking this one with me. But yeah, I really am interested in what you guys have to say about this look. Please comment down below what you think. Also, let me know if there are any other videos that you guys would like to see from my channel. If it's from clothing, if it's makeup, if it's even fake videos, dupe videos, anything like that, please leave them down below. And yeah, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful start to your new year, and to many more awesome memories. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to give this a like, subscribe down below if you have not yet already, and I will see you in my next video.